how these individuals started getting exposed left and right, because these individuals had ganged up on my company to try to make my company look bad. We have several of these individuals that we are bringing to court. We're following lawsuits again. Some have copyright infringement. Some have post office mail fraud. It is unbelievable. But behind these individuals who claim to be on YouTube to be acts of uh, people that were doing good acts, and we were the bad guys, and they try to make people turn on us to seem that we were the bad people at the end. These people have exposed themselves. As I told you before, whatever's in the dark comes out into the light. If we're doing all these bad things at the end of the day, our business wouldn't be taken off. We wouldn't have the technology we have. None of this stuff would even work. I'd be out of business. You know, Lord don't bless the hand of the wicked. But he does expose the hand of the wicked. This fellow right here, who calls himself Minister Brother Derrick, which his real name is Derrick Wilson, been contacting, harassing our companies with curse words and just about everything you could possibly think of. He's reached out to people that in the neighborhood we used to be in and contact them, told them all kinds of awful things about us so they can basically band together to remove us from the building. This guy is no preacher, no minister whatsoever. And I had a funny feeling. I was sitting there thinking at the end of the day, he could be doing this, calling himself a minister, because we couldn't find any church. We couldn't find anything about this guy. I wonder where this picture comes from in the background. Let me see something for a minute. You can do a Google search on these pictures. Let me see, Google Lens search. Let's see where this picture comes up under. Interesting. So there are no results for this picture. The problem you have here is when you did a background search for this picture, it comes up as no results. Anytime you hit a background on Google search, that picture has shown up anywhere, and I mean anywhere. And churches, if you got this picture from somewhere, it would have came from somewhere. I know it looked kind of weird because it's kind of fuzzy, like it's self-made, and that's what it looks like, because there's nothing coming. Interesting. Okay, so we know the background's fake. That's not even a real church. That's something he copied and put the picture up there from the door. So yeah, this person right here, this picture is fake. I did a Google search on it, lens search on it, and nothing came up on it. It does look fake. It doesn't look real. I guess he's claiming this to be his church, that where he's basically preaching at. Let's see what he has down here in his bio. And his bio, he clearly states that this channel is dedicated to getting people to put God and Jesus first in their life. In their life, I want everyone to walk with God and Jesus. Come worship with us. And down at the bottom, he has areas where people can cash app him money. See right here, cash app. And he has himself down as a Reverend Brother Derrick. At the bottom, we have here another cash app, not cash app, but over here for PayPal. I think that's for PayPal. Yep, for PayPal right there. And then over here, here's something for a click host button right here. So you're what, giving out servants at the end of the day? Buddy, we've seen your handwriting at the end of the day. Your handwriting not only is atrocious, but you can't spell. And I've seen stuff come over that he literally cannot spell. First things first, if you read things in the Bible, you read anything in the Bible, to say some of the words are very complicated. And then to know how to spell some of these words is very complicated. So you have to go to school for this, to learn all this. People go to school to become preachers and stuff, to get a doctorate, to get scholars and all that stuff like that. They have to go to school for this. And the fact that the way we've seen his handwriting and everything, no, he didn't go to school for any of this whatsoever. He doesn't even know what he's talking about half the time. And then on top of that, he's not licensed. There is no license. We've requested from him multiple times to send us some kind of document, any license, anything showing that he basically is what he said he is, and he's not. And this is what you call impersonating a minister, which is against the law. It's a very serious charge. And if you've been taking money, it's even more serious at the end of the day, because then the IRS gets involved. Because you know why? Because ministers at the end of the day don't pay taxes. They don't have to. The church doesn't pay taxes. And I told you the reason why. He's probably used this. He probably has an ID card that he's walking around with his face on it, claiming to be a minister, because they get all kinds of tax breaks and stuff like that. We give them breaks. When they contact us, we give them like 30, 40, 50% off because it's a church at the end of the day. So I guarantee he's been using that to get breaks on everything. He's scamming the system. And not worst of all, he's basically scamming God. So this is a fake at the end of the day. And as I said before, I went back here and I clicked Google search on that picture back there, let's get this picture right here. Google search lens on this picture. No results. For a church that you claim to serve in, there's no results at all. So why is that? Look at the church in the back. Look, it doesn't even look real at all, period. It looks like somebody photoshopped this thing in. Look at that. That doesn't even look real at all, period. Look at the image we have here. Why is the image here crystal clear here, and here is all furry? It's all, not furry, but fuzzy right here. Look at that. Scam artist. That's what he is. Professional con artist and scam artist ripping people off. Now, I see you're live. I know you're in there probably trying to explain yourself to your fans at the end of the day. But I'm here to tell your followers at the end of the day that you've been following the devil. Because this guy at the end of the day is not a preacher in any way whatsoever. And I'll show you why. These are our company's accounts where Mr. Williams was contacting us, as I showed you before, and harassing our company. We also have him basically calling our phone and carrying on and acting up. Not know you for 12 years. Yeah. Good. If people are that afraid to come after me like that, it must be. All you do is steal from people. That's terrible. Well, you say you get up and do more people out of that garage. So you're saying that I've been up here all night. Let me ask you a question. You said rip people off? Yes, you will. Yes, you do. You've been doing it for over 12 years now. You do it for 12 years? I have not known you for 12 years, brother. So you didn't know me for 12 years, but you accused me of stealing for 12 years. That's what you accused me of. There you go. That sounds like a preacher to me right there. No, it doesn't. I'll show you some other stuff we have on Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams using curse words. Contacting our company, ranting. Contact our company, cursing us out. Yep. And mind you, Mr. Williams, we have over 1,000 emails that you contacting us over and over and over again, ranting, cursing, carrying on, calling us all kinds of nasty names. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. There we go. Let me see right here. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Over there. Because I have Mr. Williams, there's your email right there that pops up. You right there. Minister, brother, you need to spell your name right. Contacting our company, fake multiple emails, cursing us out. That does not sound like a preacher to me. Got your full name right off a letter that you sent over. You're claiming to be somebody that you're not. This can get you in a lot of trouble. So, you've been using the word minister throughout all the messages that have been coming to our company's account. And the investigator that searched downtown police department. Mr. Derrick Wilson, I would advise you to seek an attorney because you're going to need one badly. Keep in mind the letters that we have here that you were sending back and forth, carrying on, your fingerprints are in here. These are sealed. They're still sealed. So your fingerprints are sitting there. So we got your voice recording, we got your face, and we also too have your fingerprints. So you're going to jail for a very long time. And we have here already that you have been basically stealing money from people. Not alone, the address that's sitting on here, it's not your address. I told you before, when we looked at the address, we turned around and saw an apartment complex across the street, and I was like, I wonder. Went to your YouTube channel and seen you walking out of multiple times out of this apartment complex, the same one across the street. So again, the people whose address you used, I will contact them and let them know who you are and what you did, and let them know that we are filing criminal charges against you. They may want to basically go in and file charges also too for identity theft. because that's not your address. That's the people across the street.
So,
yeah, we do know you're in Maryland, by the way.
This is the letter that you sent over to
the letter that came in, basically, you tried to personate a person from zoning because the way you wrote the letter. So yeah, we'll be contacting your building management. I'm going to get all ready. I'm going to get all these charges filed, get them ready so we have our docket number, and I will be contacting the building management. Now I think the people across the street also too, I will send them the docket. We did file charges against you, advise them to also file charges for you stealing their address, and let them know that their address was used and committing crimes. I don't think they're going to be very happy with you, Mr. Williams. And I think they're going to go next door to that building and they're going to call you out. That's what's going to happen. That's your problem at the end of the day. And my job to inform them what you did, because they need to know exactly what you did. Now, it's up to them to follow the law, but chances are there's a good chance you're going to get your butt kicked at the end of the day. And if you sit there and say, well, I put your life in danger. No, we didn't put your life in danger. It's you put yourself in danger at the end of the day. And you went out there and did this. No one told you to use somebody else's random address to go and commit crimes. So you better call the police so they can protect you, because you're going to need it. And if you sit there and say, well, you threatened my life, you put it in danger. No, buddy. You did it to yourself. So you want to follow the devil and you want to do his stuff at the end of the day. You're supposed to be a man of God. Then you should know better than this. You should know better than to get yourself caught up in this kind of situation to begin with. And like I said, I think you've been using this whole, because people get discounts. We can't use a discount at the building he's at because they're going to require documentation. That's what they're going to require. But other places he can get around, he can probably scam them and get money out of them, or probably get around. Let me see if you got a GoFundMe account. We can track you down and see if you got a GoFundMe account running somewhere where you're taking money from people. But you're a dirtbag. You're definitely a dirtbag. That's the reason why people don't trust churches now, because you got people like you that go in there and steal from people. There's going to be somebody handing over their money for their medication or anything. You could be promising to heal people. Who knows what kind of nonsense you're doing? But you're definitely no man of God. You're definitely of the devil. This is crazy. When I looked at that, I was like, wait a minute, he got a GoFundMe on this? And got a nerve to call himself a reverend. Now you're a minister, now you're reverend. Now you call yourself reverend. Not a reverend. You can't show that documentation. What's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of problems. I mean, a lot of problems. You thought the problems you're going to have with the post office, with them coming after you. They find out that you were faking to be a minister, and you have it there on your YouTube channel showing that you're claiming to be a minister right from the door. You have Cash App. You have basically PayPal, where people can send you donations. Where else would you have it there? You're not selling them screen paint. Because basically, at the end of the day, we can tell exactly the timeline. Because people selling screen paint, they're going to specify what they're selling. We got screen paint, so and so and so, blah, 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 blah. You can basically, here's my website, this is where you buy. You're taking donations. That's what you're doing. For being a preacher, that you are not a preacher. Not a reverend, not a minister at all. And what minister talks with curse words? Isn't that right there your name? Brother Derrick, right there? That's you right there, right? Contacting us, right? So why would you be contacting me, cursing me out, and you call yourself a preacher? You're not a preacher at all, period. You're a con artist. That's what you are. A rip-off artist. Professional rip-off artist. That's what you are. Well, we're going to fix your wagon. Real good. And Jamie, how does this affect you? Well, mind you, you started the rumor. You went and told these guys that I was this person at the end of the day, so you'll be charged with this also. So I'll be filing another set of charges for you too. Can't do that, buddy. You only spread rumors and other people believe in that. He's in trouble for doing it. He should know better. But you're also in trouble because you initiated it. So more charges for you. And I guess I'll be taking down your address again and file more charges against you.
So this is where a lot of people get in trouble. Where basically they rip off taxes, because what they do is they go in and they do a lot of things that they should be doing to the church in order to get tax-free.
That's what you're doing. You basically posing as you're a church, put a fake background back there, call yourself a minister, and then put down reverend, asking people for donations. What else would they? Why would that be there anyway? Why would they be there? If you're a church, why would that be there to begin with? Why would they be giving you any money? Why? If you're a preacher, why would you're taking tithes? That's what you're doing? Oh, that's bad at the end of the day. You know, tithes are not for you to take at the end of the day. Tithes are given to the church. The church can take that money and use it for programs to help other people out, rebuild the church, stuff like that. That money's not supposed to go in your pocket. And it seems that money's going in your pocket because you're not a real preacher. So why would a preacher that's not real be collecting money as if he is a real preacher? Well, Mr. Williams, this is the time right now that you get really, really, really frightened right now. Because, again, you can sit there and go, oh, God, but I don't know how that's going to work because you ripped off God. Isn't it interesting? How are you going to pray about this when the person you're praying to is the person you stole from? How does that work? You definitely want to pray to the devil. You don't want them because he's the one that got you in that situation. Man, that's pretty crazy. That is a crazy situation to get yourself into. Yep, well, you're done. Stick a fork in Mr. Derrick. He is done. Now you do too much at the end of the day. I told you God protects his people. You're not a true Christian at the end of the day. No, you're not. You are definitely not a true Christian. You're a fake at the end of the day. That's what you are. You're a fake Christian. And you had a nerve to attack a real Christian at the end of the day. How did that turn out for you? Not well, did it? You're going to jail. That's what's going to happen. You want to contact my mother, who is a Christian too. My mother is a diehard Christian. And you attacked her. How do you think that's going to go? So with that being said, at the end of the day, Mr. Williams, your life is now over. I mean, can Mr. Williams get saved and get his life back together? Yeah, anybody's possible. Anybody can be saved. He'll have to come back 100% true to God. But then again, knowing this guy, the worst thing at the end of the day is trust a preacher that he's not even a preacher. I can't even call him that. You're not even a preacher. We can't even give you that. You're not even a preacher at the end of the day. You're a con artist. So the worst thing for people, they do it. They come back. They'll do something. They'll take that tragedy and they'll turn it into something to get more followers. They're dig up a hole for themselves. We'll go out and we'll confess and we'll cry. We'll have tears coming down our face. Remember Tammy Faye? And then when they got up there and they cried, the mascara and everything pouring down their face. And they got up there, figured, hey, people will forgive us and so and so and so. You know, we'll come out there and we'll lie, but we rip them off again. That's why people don't trust the church, because of people like you. And you're trying to hope and probably get rich like these preachers at the end of the day. It ain't working out for you, is it? Good, it's not working out for you. You don't need to, because you're a con artist. And I guarantee you're probably using a fake identification card, because they have to carry an identification card. You know that preachers have to carry an identification card showing who they are. And bet you're probably carrying a fake identification card trying to get discounts at different places like restaurants and stuff like that. Will give you discounts, you know, if you're a minister from the church and stuff like that. They'll give you all kinds of discounts. I guarantee he's ripping people off left and right. So I'm going to report your PayPal account. Once we get that document from the police, everything's tied in. We get your docket number and all. We can get on, get you pick up your records and all. We're going to send some over to PayPal, let them know exactly what we found on you and that you are not a minister in any way whatsoever. PayPal's going to lock your account. And when they lock your account, what they're going to do is you're going to have to prove and show them documents that you are to get it unlocked. So you're not collecting any more money from anybody else. That's the end of that for you. You had a nerd talking about ripping people off for 12 years. How long have you been calling yourself? Oh, that's even worse. How long has he been doing it? He's probably been doing it for years. Years and years and years. He's probably been ripping people off. Who knows how much money he stole from people. Look at the curse words he puts in here. He calls himself a minister at the end of the day. Look at that. That sounds like a preacher to you? Cursing us out on our company accounts. You got the nerve, minister. You got a nerve to have the word minister right there. And you're going to say a nasty word like that out of your mouth? That's a con artist right there. 100% con artist. What do you do? At the end of the day, you're going to say, hey, I'm going to basically sue you for for putting my face. No, buddy, you're a con artist. You're a rip-off artist. That's what you are. You're a thief. Show me a doctrine. Show me some doctrine right now. Do me a YouTube video. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it on blast. I'm going to put a video out. I want to see your credentials. I want to see that you actually are a minister. I want to see the church you go to, who you serve. I want to see all that. Post that tomorrow. I'll come back to your channel. I'm going to save the channel right here so we can come back to it. So you're bookmarked already. So your video needs to pop up right here. So I want you to show proof. Show me some documents. And they're going to have to date back pretty far. I want to see where you went to school at, where you graduated from. You become a minister because you have to go to college for this. Show us your college diploma that you got. Because for a person who can't spell the word fence or disgusting, and he can't spell any, there's no way in the world you're a preacher. And Buddy's a freaking rip-off artist. All right, we're going to make one more about you, buddy. I'm going to request your documents. You're going to be on blast. You're not going to like this, but again, next time you want to lie about being a man of God, you know better. You are going to answer for this, by the way. Everything I just shot a few minutes ago, I'm sending it over to my sister. She's going to put you under investigation for faking to be a preacher. See if you've been paying taxes. All right, I'll be back.